Hello and welcome to the cottage. I'm Joey the Veiled Cottage Witch, and today we're doing a new moon in Leo reading. I'm so excited to be with you today to do this awesome new moon reading. We are going to be purging what no longer serves us in this reading today. And boy, do we all need this. I'm so excited. There's so much just stagnant, yucky, negative energy I feel in the universe right now, on me, on others, around the world, and it's just yucky out there, you guys. I feel it in the air. I feel it all around us. On social media, it's just all around us, and there's just so much of it that we could all use a good purge. So that's what this is all about today. So it's a new moon in Leo. It's all about the Strength card, and you know, the Strength card is amazing because the figure in the Strength card uses compassion to tame the lion. So we're going to harness that today. We're going to use compassion to harness the strength that we need to purge what no longer serves us today. Leo's planet is the sun. So that is an eternal source of positivity. It makes things grow. Without the sun, we die. We shrivel up and we die, like plants do when plants don't get the sun. So we're going to focus on that positivity that makes things grow, that brings light and love to this planet. So that is our main focus today. So we're going to use one of my new decks. Look at this tiny little deck. Isn't it cute? It's the Gilded Royale Tarot. I used to have just the Gilded Tarot, not the Gilded Royale. And I happened upon this deck and I thought I would go ahead and get it. It is so tiny, but I love it. And it's perfect for what we're going to use it for today. And then I'm also using the Liminal Forest Oracle for our message from Spirit today. This is by MJ Cullinane. So I've got all Leo crystals. These are solar plexus crystals, so they're giving off lots of heat and sun energy, lots of individuality and personality, and they're very, very center based. So they're very, very bright and sunshiny. So lots of positivity going on at this table. This is also one of my new tablecloths for my readings. This is from one of the new vendors. So I'm loving it. It's very pretty. I love to support the new vendors at the market. So I did that. So for this new moon in Leo, the title is Time to Purge, which I'm so excited about. So there's going to be 6 placements. We're going to be 3 above, 3 below. And I'm going to involve the Oracle cards as well. So we're going to have 3 tarot and 3 Oracle up top, and 3 tarot and Oracle on the bottom. Hopefully you guys will be able to see them all. I'm using the tiny little cards and then big cards. So hopefully I'll find a way for you guys to see everything. So we're going to find out what you need to purge in your life, what is draining your energy, what you need to spark more play into your life, or where you need to spark more play in your life, what relationships need re-examining, where you need to speak your truth, and where you can reclaim your personal power. All good things. All right. So let's shuffle up and deal. So I'm going to put these right here in the middle. Shuffling these crack me up. They're so tiny. So tiny. Tiny but mighty. Some people say that about me. They don't want to see me mad. It's so funny. I was talking to my colleague and bestie, Bobby Fierro, and he says, yeah, we get out of your way when you're mad. Yeah, he's like, no one wants to see you upset. Yeah, it's not pretty. I get a little volatile. I think it's my Aries moon. Yeah, nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see that. Shuffling these are really funny. I feel like a giant. They're so tiny. All right. Feeling some heat on that pile. One, two, three, one, two, and three. There's our tarot cards, and now it's so funny to look at these cards compared to the little tarot cards. I don't know about you guys, but I love new moons. They're a good, fresh start. It's like a blank slate. Oh, they crack me up. I'm going to run out of room here. But don't worry, I'll make it look good. Just go ahead and turn that over. Porcupine next to the porcupine quill. I love when things go like that. Love it. I got asked what I'm doing when I do this the other day, and I said, I'm feeling the energy. I'm feeling the pull. And they said, well, what does it feel like? I said, it just feels a little buzzy. It feels a little buzzy, like it's pulling my finger. So that's what I'm doing. Okay. Let's just turn these to the side so we get a little bit more room here. All right, I'm gonna back this up. There we go. So we can see everything. Make everything look pretty for you guys. Okay. Are we pretty? Everything in the shot? Wonderful. Okay, so our first one is what we need to purge in our life. And it's the Seven of Pentacles reversed. Let's look at it upright. So this, if you get that in focus there, Seven of Pentacles is all about you've already planted all your seeds, and this is just about patience and just waiting for everything to come to fruition. So along with these walls here, the roots have done what they're doing. Everything is growing great. I love when things turn out really well. They kind of coincide with each other. So with this, what you need to purge in your life is you need to purge the waiting around. You need to purge the impatience, the wanting to rush everything. That needs to really kind of just go away. The impatience, the wanting everything right this minute, that needs to go. You can't rush things, especially when it comes to nature and the natural world. Things will grow in their own time. Nature works according to nature. We cannot rush nature in any way, shape, or form. I remember when I was trying to make mugwort grow and it took forever for it to really take off. And I did everything I could. I tried it in several different pots. And it wasn't until I put it in ground and I just let it do what it was going to do till I really saw it take off. And now I can't stop it. It won't stop growing. So this is about letting things be. We can't rush things. They really need to go the way it's going to go. Now, this could be relationships. This can be business related, especially since we've got coins here. We've got coins. You know, this is like watching a pot boil. You know, we keep checking it and checking it and checking it. It's never going to get there. It's only when we walk away that it finally will do what it's supposed to do. So we need to purge that impatience and let it take hold where it's going to take hold. You know, we can't constantly be watching what it's going to do. And that's true with anything in life, you know, whether we're trying to have a baby, you know, and we're constantly, you know, hoping for that positive pregnancy test, or if we're constantly wanting our spouse to propose, you know, we can't be constantly expecting that proposal, you know, and it's just, we're so impatient with it. we don't let it take its course. So this is all about just letting that take its course. Sit back, relax. As my good friend Bobby would say, calm your tits, let things happen the way that it will. It's all divine timing anyway. All right? So that's what needs to purge impatience. So the second one, what is draining your energy? Restlessness. We've got the Four of Swords. Now upright, it's resting. It's taking time out to relax, to meditate, to rest between heavy taxing burdens. When there's a lot to do and you filled your day, this is taking that rest in between times. But when it's reversed, you're going and going and going and going, and you're not taking time for yourself. So that is what's draining your energy. You're not taking that time. Bargaining here is you're constantly seeking, like, if I do this for you, will you do this for me? You're constantly seeking out what you can do for others. Why don't you see within yourself what you can do for yourself? This is all about self-care. Doing for yourself, taking that rest, taking things, doing for yourself what you want to do instead of worrying about what you can always be doing for others. We're a people-pleasing society, and it's very taxing, not just on the body and the mind, but on the spirit. We need to be able to do for ourselves and not feel guilty. So many people feel guilty about doing things for themselves, and you shouldn't. Not at all. You need to do for yourself. Absolutely, 100%. Get a nap in. Get time for yourself. Read a book. Take time to meditate. Take time to take a walk and just enjoy it. Don't do it for the exercise. Do it for the scenery. Do it because you enjoy doing it. I have a hard time reading books that are enjoyable just for myself. I'm constantly reading books for my dissertation. I have found it really hard to just read a book for myself, so I'm trying really hard to work on that. So I'm choosing books now that aren't for my dissertation, that are just an enjoyable book for myself. So if I can do it, you can do it. Enjoy yourself. Take time for yourself. That way you don't drain your energy. So that's what's draining your energy. So now, next one, where do you need to spark more play into your life? You've got the Judgment card. Stop judging your every move. Stop judging yourself. This has a lot to do with how you're spending your time, how you're spending your energy, and a lot about what you're doing with that time. A lot of people are judging themselves for the decisions that they make, for saying no to other people, for doing for others. It is okay to say no if you just don't want to. It's okay. If you're just not feeling up to it. It's always okay to say no to somebody else, to say yes to yourself. And don't judge yourself harshly. It is okay to put yourself first. It really honestly is. And this is all about boundaries. Boundaries are so important. Should never ever feel guilty for setting boundaries. That's what the porcupine does. He has sacred space within himself. And if you approach him, he puts up those walls, he puts up those boundaries. He doesn't feel bad about it. This is my space. Don't invade my space. This is my personal space. Never feel bad about putting up those spikes. Those are this is your personal space. If people invade your personal space, you have a right to say, back up. No offense, but this is my personal space. This is how you get to enjoy your play place. You can play in your personal space, but when people are constantly invading your personal space, you don't have any place to play. This place is sacred to you. I remember still, my mom, I was very little for a very long time. I'm still little. My mom would put me in my playpen and I was just fine. This was my personal space till I was 4 or 5. So I had no problem being in that personal space. I learned a lot from that little playpen. I learned about my personal space. I could get a lot of play area in that small space. And I learned a lot about myself. I learned that I am perfectly fine in that little area, like 6 feet diameter. I learned a lot about my personal space. So don't feel bad if you have to tell people you're in my personal space. That's your playpen. That is your play area. So don't feel bad about telling people to back away from your personal space. That's your playpen. That's your play area. Does that make sense? I hope so. So no judgment. That's your space. All right. Moving down to number 4, what relationships need examining? Your home. You have the 4 of Wands reversed. This is the people and places that are the people and space in your home. This is the 4 of Wands. And this is the 4 walls of a home, but it's reversed. You're not getting the personal space that you need inside your home. It feels crowded. It feels like close quarters. There's either not enough room for you for privacy, or there's too many people and not enough room for you to have the space that you need. That needs examining. There's a potential, that's why you've got the potential card, for you to have that home, but it needs a little bit of rearranging and maybe a little bit of boundaries. So maybe some reshuffling in the home, maybe a new dynamic when it comes to whose rooms are whose, and maybe just moving some people around, or maybe a move needs to happen. But yeah, there's a lot of these apple cores here, and it looks like this raven is hogging things and this fox is not getting any food. It just feels very one-sided here, and it doesn't seem fair. So it just seems like the balance is off in your home a little bit. So that needs to be re-examined a little bit. So some home dynamics need to be re-examined. Obviously with compassion added into it. So that was a little bit more straightforward than the rest of the cards. So where do you need to speak your truth? You've got the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups needs to speak his emotions, his feelings. There's something going on where you need to speak your feelings. This is a heart chakra card. You need to speak from your heart. But be careful, because you also have the Storm card here. Be careful that you aren't too harsh with your words. The Knight of Cups speaks with compassion, so make sure that you're doing that as well. It might cause some hurt feelings because this is a storm. But again, no guilt. This is your space. This could have something to do with the relationship that need to be examined and the home. So it's very important that you are able to speak your truth. But as you see, the Knight has his armor on. So make sure that you protect yourself energetically and emotionally while you speak your truth. Because it could have some backlash because of this Storm card. But things need to be said, and it's important that you speak your truth. This is something that needs to be said. These are emotions that need to be spoken about. Okay? You're taming the beast here, but with compassion. Okay? Oh, this is upside down, I just saw. All right. Now, how can you reclaim your personal power? And we have the Hierophant reversed. The Hierophant is someone who speaks from tradition, okay? He's conforms, okay? He's all about tradition, conformity, and all about those core values. But when it's reversed, you're speaking from non-conformity, against tradition. So that's how you're going to reclaim your personal power, is to go against that tradition. So you're going to go against your instincts here. You're going to go against kind of what you fall back on normally. You're going to go against what you're used to, what you've normally done. You're going to go against that grain here. You're going to go outside the box a little bit, okay? But trust that. Trust that. And don't feel bad don't ruminate on it. Don't obsess about it. It's going to feel uncomfortable to go against the grain like this and go against your traditions and what you feel you've always done. But this is how you grow, and this is how you expand, okay? It's going to feel different, but trust it, because what you're doing is you're growing and you're expanding. And that is what the new moon is all about. We're purging here, right? So it's going to feel different because you're purging what no longer serves you. So this is a good thing. You're getting outside your box because we don't want to fall into those same patterns anymore. We're breaking patterns. So this is a very, very good thing to do. All right. So let's recap here. We're purging the impatience and the expecting everything to be right now. We're purging that. What's draining your energy is going, going, going. Take some rest. Take some self-care. Do for yourself, right? You need more play in your life. You need more boundaries and no guilt for that. Time to play and in your personal space, and don't feel guilty for telling others to respect that space, that personal space. There is some imbalance in your home that might take a little shuffling around. You're going to speak your truth, even if it hurts others, but it all has to do with getting that balance back. And you're going against tradition, going against what you've always done to break those patterns. So there you have it. That's your new moon in Leo reading. I hope this resonated with you. If it did and you enjoyed it, please give this video a like. Share if you think others would enjoy it as well. You can hit that notification bell if you'd like to see more, if you'd like to get notified of more videos. Please visit my website where you can book a reading, a workshop, a class. I do online 101 classes if you're interested. There are some classes that have to be in person, but there are some classes that I do offer that are online. And you can shop my online store. I have herbal remedies and I have ritual and spellwork supplies, but please enter that code word, all caps, veiled, at checkout to get your free shipping. That's only available through this YouTube channel, so don't miss out. That is my free gift from me to you. You can financially support this channel by buying me a coffee. All the details are down below, or you can simply scan this code right here. But absolutely no pressure. Just live your best life and live for yourself. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.